Hi, everybody. It's Bill Nissen again, and we are asking questions because that's the only way I know to find answers that can give us a reason to get out of bed. And so there was a question that came up to me from somebody that really had been hurt. And they said, I'm really tired of how people say you should forgive because that's letting people off the hook. Are you one that would say, I need to forgive? So that's the question. Should we forgive? And I'm going to give an answer here that is based on some experience I had. It was when I first started walking in faith. There was a gentleman that was in this church I was in who had issues with some of the leaders, I guess. And so they left and they moved away, and I didn't see them for 12 years after that. And then we were at a restaurant 12 years later. And they just so happened to be in town visiting family. And I hadn't seen them in 12 years. So I was, hey, it's good to see you. I went and pat him on the back and talked to him. And the first thing he brought up was his frustration and hurt with these other leaders. And it just struck me. This guy was frozen in time because of what people had done to him 12 years earlier. I'm like, my goodness, you're 12 years older, and you're still stuck in 1986. It blew my mind. And I realized right then, to forgive is really important, to get rid of all this bitterness. Because the victim, the one who gets hurt by not forgiving, is you. I know that's easier than said and done because I've been hurt and it's hard to let that go. But do you want to be bitter or do you want to be better? And the reality is that bitterness is a poison that shuts down your ability to grow and to trust God even because you're afraid that He's going to put somebody in your life like that person again. And so we've been talking about relationships a little bit, but it's just this reality is if I'm truly trusting in Him and finding my solace and my strength and my stability in Him, then I can forgive. Now, forgiveness is a one-way street. I'm not asking you to go have a barbecue with these people anytime soon. I'm just saying, cancel the debt. Let it go so that you can move on in your life. Again, I know that's easier said than done. But believe me, I've gone through that time and time and time again. Do you want to be bitter or do you want to be better? And this is the commandment that God gives us in Ephesians 4. He says in verse 31, let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and slander be put away from you, along with all malice. Now, He's not saying all that stuff because He's all about behavior. He understands the poison that it is. He understands it's the very thing that can rob you of the growth and the maturity and the joy that you're looking for. So don't get stuck in 12 years of misery. Don't get stuck and frozen in history. Grow and learn by letting go of all your bitterness. So, Father, I pray for each one that's wrestling with bitterness. And I'm not here to belittle tragedies that have been caused by others. I'm not asking them to make them get away with something that's terrible. I'm asking them to let go of that which is robbing them of joy and peace. So I hope that word was helpful, and we'll see you next time.